Welcome back to Making a Murder in My Journal. And tonight, or today, depending on where you are, we have a big one to send to Zellner. So, going through evidence files, we have a list of a photograph of a body, measurements of a body, and a dig site. So let's dig in. All right, Brandon, lead the way.
You can tell yourself and all our friends I was wrong and you were right. But your sins that happened in the dark will come out in the light.
Dear Miss Zellner, thank you so much for your attention to this matter. Late last night, one of our favorite RD researchers that is a faithful watcher of our Rubber Ducky YouTube channel shared a report from the case files of the Brendan Dassey case, which is the Exhibit 359 Kachinsky Notes on Brendan's State. The link has been provided within the video copy of the RD Making a Murder My Journal, as well as one of our other team members has emailed you with the complete links to all that we are bringing to your attention. Upon reading the large document, we discovered at the end of this lengthy report an evidence list, which contains evidence tagged H1 and H2, which are listed to report photographs taken of a body that is reportedly measured and dig site at salvage yard. I am documenting further that we have shared this knowledge as a public awareness of the details of which we have found. There is further research on a connected big find, soon to come, but we are triple checking our facts before offering. We may not work directly with you, but all the RD research armchair sleuths have millions of eyes and ears. I see a typo there. You and I and all others that dedicate their time to fighting for justice against wrongful convictions are all working together. Work with KZ. Much love and respect to you for all that you do. Thank you, RD. This is our second letter to Zellner, and it's a second part in the series, and it's called Body in Evidence. This is Mr. Kachinsky, Len Kachinsky, Brendan's lawyer. He was fired because he did not represent his client when his client was being interrogated, especially for the written confession or coercion. And so I was reading his notes that was sent to me for 2010 PC hearing Exhibit 359 Kachinsky Notes on Brendan's State. And I thought it was interesting, so I wanted to go over the evidence list with you. Notes regarding review a Dassey statement. Now you're going to need to bear with me because this is shorthand, so it's very sporadic and it's not all connected well. And it's difficult to read because of the copy that's available. So this was done on 4/16/06. It is in the report of 439 through 483 pages of the CCSD report. And it's a review tape of 2/27/06, 2 tracks, about 31 minutes each. At Mishicot High School told Brendan that taping discussion did not advise of rights. Now, let's stop right there. We have a 16-year-old boy with learning difficulties, and he's not even read his rights. Right there, to me, it should all just stop. This whole thing should. But let's go ahead and let's jump back into it. Talked about how things were going. What bothering you? Close to Stephen, someone put something in the fire, saw parts of cabinet in fire, didn't see nothing in fire. Opportunity to tell your side. You are potentially facing charges. Did Steve get you over there? We know you saw something. Steve has to deal with that. I don't believe Steve intended to kill. Garbage bag out there. This is hard for someone your age. I know that would hurt me too. Think about Hallbox. This is bothering you. We can talk to your mom after this. We will stand behind you. We are here to help you. We won't leave you high and dry. We are more interested in what you saw in the fire. The evidence speaks for itself. See hand, foot, something in the fire? And then it says something around with the cart. Well, we're going to stop there. There's a lot in this case. It's all very raw. It is notes, but what's interesting is at the bottom of this entire thing is an evidence list, and that's what we want to focus on. So we're going to go ahead, and I'm going to show you how to get to the bottom of that list. So we're going to go step by step. Desi's photo review 4506. Blood stains on headboard of Stephen's bed. Probably Teresa's. Cleaning job not thorough. So if it's not a thorough job, then, and it's got dust all over, then they can't say he cleaned up her DNA. And so we have a picture here showing that there is extreme dust, as well as whose blood are they talking about? Because we don't have anything on the headboard in the evidence file from the state crime lab that was even tested for blood on the headboard. So next, they have it tagged as A1, reviewed picture of RAV and Pontiac, also golf cart, Avery porn pictures. The next thing they have is A2, shotgun casing and cell phone, spent shells and knife, more pictures of Lori Stechikowski. A3, pictures of clothes, ammunition, and carpet. A4, rifles and cell phone. A5, knives, phone, and weapons. A6, pictures during search. C1 through D4, pictures of car. D5 through D7, aerial photos. I believe that's a D4 or D6, burn barrel. D9, pictures of car. D10, pictures of field with marker. What appears to be 31, pictures of crime lab. F1, pictures of salvage yard. H1 and H2, pictures of body with measurements and of dig site in salvage yard. H3 and H4, pictures of salvage yard office. H5, H6, pictures of more stuff from residents taken during search. What? Let's reread that. Tagged H1 and H2, pictures of a body with measurements and of dig site in salvage yard. Pictures of a body with measurements and of dig site in salvage yard. How are we just reading this now? Thank golly we have some really amazing researchers out there. The RD researchers dig so deep, and this was just thrown at the bottom of a random note report. Happened to be actually Brendan's case, and we're seeing this now. H1 and H2, pictures of a body with measurements and of a dig site in the salvage yard. They found a body. They took pictures. They took measurements. They found a dig site in the salvage yard. Which salvage yard? Did they first find a body instead of the bones? Could this be why the county coroner was banned from the crime scene? I mean, Deb Kachinsky, she was supposed to be above the sheriff, and she got pulled off and told, do not go on the crime site at Avery's, or she was threatened to be arrested. Is this why? Is this why, when the victim's mother reported her missing, the law officials listed the incident as death? Had they actually found a body? And then if you look here, you can see the incident report is typed death. Now this is when the mother has called in this missing persons of Teresa Marie Halbach, her daughter. And it's almost the exact minute. So she called in at 2:51 or 2:52 p.m. on 11/3/2005. That's the exact same time as this incident report where it's listed as death. How do we go from a body to burnt bones? When was this body found? Was it burnt or was it fully intact? Where was it? Where was the dig site at? Was the body found before the bones? Is it? I just don't understand, you guys. So let me get this straight. We have a body, it's been measured, and we have a dig site. Interesting. So did they find this body prior to finding the RAV? Is this why we have the box marked for autopsy on Teresa Halbach's death certificate? I just have more questions now. Why have we never heard about this body that they measured in this dig site? And one of the big questions that this brings is, did they get rid of the evidence by giving the bones to the family? Is that why we have the destruction of the biological evidence that is unlawful because it breaks the retention law of the state of Wisconsin, which states that if there is a crime committed and the people are incarcerated and there's biological evidence related to that case, that it should be retained and protected until that person is no longer incarcerated. So, did they have a body? Well, they obviously did. And then how did we get to bones again? Okay, let's just think about this. Kathleen Zellner, she's saying, actually, we just filed a motion this afternoon asking the appellate court to remand the case for this testing to take place. Well, what about the body? I know it's frustrating, but let's go ahead and do a summary review. So they found a body, they took pictures of the body, they measured the body, they found a dig site in a salvage yard. Is this why they banned the county coroner? Is this why the incident report listed death? How did we go from a body to bones? Where and when did they find the body? A lot of questions, and I think I've left us with quite a few more questions than answers again, but I want to thank all those very dedicated RD researchers out there. We're trying to help Miss Zellner get these two gentlemen out of prison. When you have this type of situation where you absolutely do not have a fair trial, you really do, regardless of how you feel about the person being guilty or not guilty, you are not the judge and jury. And without a fair trial, that is a human right. And so we need to do this again. This is a huge do-over. So please hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. If you would like to stay updated, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to hear when a new video is released, just hit the bell. So with that, I thank you so much. And someone asked me what I am saying at the end. And what I am saying is, if you didn't do the crime, you should not sit the time. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good night.
I'm not gonna waste my breath. I won't put up a fight. 'Cause the days are gonna whisper and the months are gonna talk until the years yell out the truth. Time will tell, time will tell on you. When a train whistles far away, and when the cold wind blows, when the lightning in your eyes reveals the darkness in your soul,